and lots of advice, some of which he will share with us today in his 5 to 7 minute speech, which is his 5th speech in Project 5, Your Body Speaks. The title of this speech is Protection. Shay Merritté.
My dad is like a lot of dads, at least the ones I've seen on TV sitcoms. He likes to do 3 main things. He likes to tell very corny jokes to the waitstaff when we go to restaurants. He likes to use outdated slang when we're playing games together. If I beat him in dominoes, I'll say, "Oh, that was cold." And finally, he likes to offer me lots and lots of advice. Now notice I did not say good advice, or advice that's integral to my life. Just lots of it. And there's one piece of advice that really sticks out to me. It's a picture. I was probably 17. We were in our downstairs living room, probably watching The Simpsons because it was a Sunday night. And my dad turns to me, and he says, "Shay, I would like to talk to you about protection." You can imagine. How would you protect yourself against terrorists who are going to abduct you and hold you for ransom? Now, as a side note, my dad is a 30-year veteran of the armed forces, serving in zones all across the world and all continents. So, a lot of the advice that he gives me is related to that experience. Unfortunately, it's not often relevant to my life, but some of it is. One of his favorite pieces of wisdom that I like to pass is when you're sitting in a restaurant, make sure to find a seat that faces the door and is a little bit off to the left. So in case someone comes in and tries to attack you, you can easily hide underneath the table. But on this night, he gave me some advice about how to protect yourself against terrorists who try to abduct you and hold you for ransom. And fellow Toastmasters and our special guests, I would like to impart some of that wisdom to you guys. So the first situation, picture it. You're sitting in your car, you've been driving, and you're at a stoplight or a stop sign. And someone with a gun opens up the door and sits down next to you and tells you to drive somewhere. What do you do? Very easy. You just put the pedal to the metal and drive as fast as possible straight. Because one of 3 things will happen. Either you'll get in an accident, which will hopefully allow you time to escape, or they'll get so freaked out that they'll leave the car, or you'll alert the police, who will hopefully pull you over and get involved. But what happens if you're not in your car? What happens if you're just walking in the park and they grab your arm? What do you do then? Well, my dad said, always remember, just windmill. Because doing so should be able to break your grip and allow you to run off. Okay, but so they grab you and they're dragging you back to an unmarked van to drive you across the border somewhere. What do you do? Very easy, he says. Just loosen up all your limbs. Think very heavy thoughts and fall to the ground. And try and hook your legs into whatever you possibly can. Because generally they will not want to have to pry you off of everything, it'll just be a big hassle, especially if you can put your feet underneath the frame of a car, because they don't want to run you over. Or if they do, yeah, at least you're not being abducted. And his final piece of advice this night was, okay, so they got you, and you're in the trunk. What can you do? Very easy, he says. You're curled up in the trunk. It's a small space, and it's dark. Just root around into the corners of the trunk, because there's usually a panel there where you can pull open and pull the wires to the taillights, which hopefully means that the police will get involved because the car's taillights are out. Cool. So after he explained this all to me, I said, thanks for the advice, Dad. And we continued watching The Simpsons. So, Toastmasters and our special guest, I would like to play the part of my father today and pass along the advice to you. And for our fathers out there, I implore you to please talk to your kids about protection. Thank you.